I mean, dare I say it, but I'm pretty sure after this episode, Kaiju number 9 is the best villain of the season. And I didn't want to say it just yet, but honestly, the smack talk alone kind of sold me. It's different energy, but it's kind of in the same ballpark that you're like, they could probably be like cousins or something. There's a reason why I really like Joker from Batman, and it's because of the smack talk, the disrespect, the having fun tormenting. And there's two moments in this episode that are beautiful. The chef's kiss. So initially when it's looking like, oh, we got him, game over, rip bozo, he pops out of some egg sack being like, looks like you're kinda screwed, huh? And I'm like, oh Lord have mercy, that is hilarious. But it's the fact that over the episode, and just the way he talks down, it is so funny, man. This character is legitimately hilarious, but a total tool. Now, on one hand, I'm salty. On the other hand, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that the character gets to live, because I think will be an incredibly engaging antagonist villain going forward. On the flip side, if only people didn't show up there, we were about to destroy his core, and therefore rip bozo no more. But honestly, it's hard to imagine topping that personality for a villain, so it's probably a good thing they did it like this. But now we gotta go up against Levi and his 1,000 knives, so let's really hope he knows it's Kafka and we can talk him out of killing us, because otherwise I don't know what we're gonna do, but bring on the next episode. But of course, I have full live reactions over on Patreon. If you want to see my full uncut thought to this or any of these Kaiju number 8 episodes, it's going to be over there exclusively. This was a very exciting episode that I personally walked in thinking there was some death flags. And I was like, oh man, redhead shark teeth boy, you ain't making it. Like, because between the two, like, you know who's a main character at this point. And while he definitely has the potential to be a very important side character, I was like, if anyone's going to die between the two of them, Reno ain't going, right? So it's got to be him. And when he did get shot in her, I was like, okay, that's not really surprising. But what did catch me by surprise was how hard they made me actually think they might kill Reno. Because initially I'm like, okay, that's bad. Okay, it's getting worse. Okay, we're actually at worst case scenario. But he's going to make it. But the thing about it is they actually had me going like, wait a second. Could they kill him? No, they couldn't kill Reno. Because, like, there's no way. Like, he's an important main character. He's a list. But it's like, okay, but how many anime have I seen where characters were listed as main characters and then they unexpectedly aren't main characters anymore? And I'm like, oh god, they might actually kill my boy. But I like the idea that rather than it just being him protecting, he also ends up getting protected by the exact person that he told to run away and get help, because even if he's not to the same level, the fact that he was refusing to be left behind, I kind of like those healthy rivalries, because there's a reason why certain characters, like, I really like, as an example, I said the wrong names, but I meant to say Eren and John from Attack on Titan, kind of back and forth in Attack on Titan, because they start off, like, hating each other, but, you know, by the end of that whole run is, like, there was a respect that kind of drove them to improve upon each other. And I like the idea that I'm not going to get left behind, not as a F you, I don't want to be around you, more of a, I can be great too, and he wants to show that. And I think because without him coming back, we would have actually had a death. He wouldn't have been able to dodge that attack, and honestly, that's kind of frightening to think about. But I think at the end of the day, what this proves is that it is a teamwork show. That while certain characters might be one woman or one man armies, they still need teams at the end of the day. And it's going to be interesting to see who actually would be the first to go, because right now it looks like no main deaths on our side just yet, but this was still just the intro of the show, and we came this close already. That's pretty frightening. Now on to the production. The music, the animation, the art direction was awesome. At certain points I had to crank the volume up. I was jamming out so hard. But it's how grotesque they made Kaiju number 9. I really feel like if you threw this at 10 other anime studios on how they would adapt it, it wouldn't look nearly as grotesque and interesting as the way they did it here. So basically, it's like, oh, his fingers are shooting like boils at you. Like, that's the best way to describe it. But it's not just like his fingers like get into a bulge and then it like shoots a rocket at him, right? No, It's the best way I can describe it is like the animation felt like there was something slithering up his skin, convulsing, and then just exploding. And it's like popping the nastiest zits, but it's like acid coming out of it. It's just, it was grosser the longer you watch. And then when you realize he wasn't even putting up a real fight until Kaiju number 8, our boy, came in, is insane. Like, he could go like, I think he had like 12 arms at one point just going crazy. Like, I don't know what the hell is in the cereal this man eats in the morning, but it's gross as hell, but it makes for a visual spectacle of pus-filled disgustingness. Like, I don't even know how else to put it. My thought and my theory of how next week goes. We will get a fight between these two. But we already know he suspects Kafka's off. We can't say for sure he knows Kafka's this kaiju in front of him, but he knows that, oh, last time that, this thing popped up, Kafka's vitals and, readings went away. So are we going to get a conversation with them? Because otherwise, how are you going to run away? Either we have to have someone lose their job and potentially get thrown in jail by saying, please don't hurt him, which I don't see how that works. He realizes and he has a conversation, or somehow he gets a surprise sneak attack that allows him to retreat. I don't know. But right now, it ain't looking good. Now, as a viewer, incredibly exciting. I'm like, oh, that's going to be fun as hell. But if you put yourself in a worrying shoes of this is reality, oh god, this is worst case scenario. Overall though, I've been loving this. This has definitely been the show that has entertained me the most this season. I love the fact that rather than it just being Kaiju goes boom and throws characters around, I actually really like the emotion and how the characters' dynamics and their pairings and their relationships are forming. It actually has me caring about them as people rather than just, oh, this is mindless fodder 1 and 2, who is going to be a really disgusting death, but we're not actually going to care if they don't make it. I was worried this episode because there was 2 characters who felt like they could easily die. One I really cared about, and one I just didn't want to see go because I saw the potential in his characterization. And every step of the way when it looked like one of them wasn't making it, I was sweating bullets. I was like, oh my god, this ain't good, because I care about the characters and they're doing a great job. Production's remaining strong, OST fantastic, VA's going in hard. I mean, there's a reason Kaiju number 9 is as intimidating as he is he sounds like a jokester, man, and it makes it all the more frightening on the visual monstrosity in front of us. Let me know what you thought down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course ring that bell, and like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alrighty, so today we have Eds, Alunar, Ben Liu, Devin Samuel, and we also have Taco Tuesday. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Y'all have a good one.